Because trade connects and connections unite, the world is such a small place after all. To test this hypothesis, we are on a world tour interviewing ambassadors of every nation. We will talk about trade, business, entrepreneurship, and the mindset of the government and citizens. Now, if I had to go on a world tour, I would be on a yellow caravan. So, every ambassador we set a play date with will be playing some Lego with us. At Small World 1, the whole world will get together in a celebration of trade, connections, unity, business, and entrepreneurship. This will be symbolized by the yellow caravan we will all construct together. Welcome back, everybody. When I started this project, I knew about a lot of countries in the world, but there was one country I didn't hear about, and that was the country of Palau. A small country in the Pacific. If you can tell us a little bit about the country and yourself.
So Palau is a democratic country. It has a population of 21,000 people. It's tropical. It's a small island. There's over 250 islands, but only 16 of them are inhabited.
Okay, fantastic. Now, how does trade happen between these islands? Like, if you have to go from one part of the island to the other, can you swim? Do you have to get onto a small boat, big boat?
Some of the islands are accessible by boats and also by land. There's only 4 outlying states, so it's easier to get there by boat or by helicopter or by small planes.
Okay.
And mostly the central district business is located in the former capital, which is called Koror, and they bring all their marketing stuff to Koror.
Okay, fantastic. So when I was doing research about the island, I came to know about the Palau Pledge.
Yes.
That if I want to enter, I have to sign. Can you tell me about this pledge?
So this is our conservation effort to protect our islands. So we ask every tourist who come into Palau to have that pledge stamped in their passport, where they have to sign it. And then, if I can read it out.
Please do.
If I can read, because I'm not a visitor to Palau. I'm a resident from Palau, but I wanted to have it in my passport to remind me of the commitment that we're asking all tourists to do. So it says, "Children of Palau, I take this pledge as your guest to preserve and protect your beautiful and unique island home. I vow to tread lightly, act kindly, and explore mindfully. I shall not take what is not given. I shall not harm what does not harm me. The only footprints I shall leave for those that will wash away."
Wow.
So that's it. So you have to sign it.
Yeah.
So we're asking all tourists to do it. So
that's absolutely
it's very important
beautiful.
to Palau.
It's not only important to Palau, but that mindset is important to all of us as citizens of the world, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's how you see your island, but end of the day, in the grand context of things, our Earth is also island in the Milky Way.
Yes.
In the galaxy. So don't we need to see our Earth in the same way?
Exactly. Our island is very beautiful, and we're only a small population, and of course we rely on our tourism. So every effort that we make for people to be conscious of what they can do to harm our pristine paradise Palau and to also protect it is our effort.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that comes to a very important point. The main FDI is tourism. So if you can tell us a little bit about the development of that industry.
So we have only our beautiful country. We have our rock islands, our beaches, and those are the main attractions to all the tourists. And of course our oceans for diving, fisheries for fishing, for consumption.
Mm-hmm.
We get our major tourist is from Japan, from Korea, from China, Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
So those
it's
are
a little far from Europe, right? So
it's really far. We do get tourists from Europe, and
right.
They mainly come in for fisheries, for fishing, and for diving. But they go through Taiwan, and it's really far.
Do we need visas to go to Palau?
No, we don't need a visa. We've already signed a special agreement with the European Union.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the citizens from the European countries are there. They can come to Palau and they can stay up to 90 days. Vice versa.
Something else very gutsy about your constitution was that you had part of the constitution was that there's going to be no nuclear anything on the island. So no nuclear reactors, no nuclear weapons, no nuclear anything at all. Tell us about that, because that's unique.
It is very unique, and I think we're the first country that had a nuclear-free constitution. And for 38 years, it's been 38 years, and just 2 years ago in September, at the UNGA, our president signed the nuclear deal. He actually signed the UN Treaty on the prohibition of nuclear weapons.
Okay.
So that was just to show that after 38 years, we wanted to let the world know that we still had a nuclear-free constitution, and that we ban all usage and all manufacturing and storage of nuclear weapons in our country.
And it goes a step further also, that the territorial waters, no nuclear submarines or ships could travel through either.
Yes, but in our special relationship with the United States, which is the Compact of Free Association, they have the right to defend Palau in any event of
by all means
war,
necessary, which is important.
Yeah. But for now, we're hoping that it won't go to that stage.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
You always need a safety, right? I mean, end of the day, it's a country you're running. So,
Yes.
you know, there's a lot of things which you never understand. And this happens a lot of times in business also, right? A business person has all of these issues that other people don't really understand, but criticism is free, right? Anybody can criticize. But to actually put yourself in the shoes of government and say how best to run a country, it's a difficult thing.
It is.
Absolutely. Yeah. Another great thing about the government is that there is no opposition, right? Like, how does the government function?
So our government is mirrored by the U.S. government.
Yeah, but the U.S. government has like Democrats and Republicans, right? Your government is more like the Chinese government, whereas there's only one party, but the way that one party is chosen is completely different.
But we also have our own customary laws.
Okay.
Yeah. So Palau, we have our traditional leaders. So those are advisors to the government, to the president. So we have the U.S. system, like we have the president's office, we have the National Congress, but we also have the traditional leaders.
Okay, and how, are there elections?
No, there's no elections. Those are by family. It's by kinship, by blood.
Right.
So the government has to work with the traditional leaders at all times.
Right.
When there is something that's happening in Palau, a major thing, like a major investment, that's going to require the decision by each state, because each state has their own chiefs, their own traditional chiefs. So they'll have to get like an approval from them. So that's sort of like the check and balance there.
Right.
And then you have the legislative. I mean, laws has to come into place. So you have the Congress, and Congress is working also to have that check and balance. So businesses, there's not one business that is monopolizing the whole business district.
Absolutely.
The president has an election every 4 years, same as the senators and the House of Reps.
But there is only one party. So then, like, who fights against who?
So there's a check and balance where the traditional chiefs are there. They're not elected. They were born into these roles.
Right.
They're roles from birth.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's where it's so unique when it comes to Palau, because we have our traditional system. We after the war we had to be faced with the modern world. So we created our government, which is not very old. We're going to be 25 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
This new government that we have, is just new to us. It just came into play in 1984. Yeah, 1984. And then we became an independent country.
So you guys are like a startup, basically.
Yeah. And then we became a sovereign country in 1994. Yeah. Where the United Nations acknowledged Palau as a sovereign country.
As a country, wow.
Yeah.
You're younger than I am.
You see? Younger than him.
You can't say that loud. So what was it before?
So it was just a trust territory of the United States.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you very much. It was fantastic. And now we go to the most fun part,
Which is
Lego. I'll ask you to take it in your hand, in the camera, and say something.
There is just one moon and one golden
Well, thank you. This has been an experience. This is my first time to do Lego, and also to have Nathan come and give us this opportunity to talk about Palau. Thank you so much. It's not regularly that we speak about Palau, and it's our first year here in Brussels, and we're excited to be here and to work among our fellow colleagues in fighting climate change and protecting the environment.
Fantastic. And for me, the beauty of the country of Palau is, like I said in the beginning, it's a country I knew nothing about.
Yeah.
You spoke about your pledge, the way the government works, and basically you're a startup nation, right?
Yep.
And to all the best.
Thank you so much.
And thank you very much for this
Thank you so
opportunity.
much. Thank you.